Oh. Stream started. I wasn't planning on starting it. It's like 10 minutes. I was still going to start in 10 minutes, but now it's here. All right. Badoop. I just got to post Discord, and we are ready to go into this strange adventure. Spell. God, I can't spell anything today. Oh. All right. I've never played this. This is the first time playing this game. I guess it just got released in this version. So I figured I would check it out. How's it going, Dak? And Jim? You bro? Frosty Flames? Yeah, I've never played any of this. I know this game came out in like 2013, I think, the original time. And there was like, I want to say there's like roughly 20 endings in the original. There's supposed to be 40 endings in this one because it adds a whole big chunk. And that's why I wanted to check it out, is because it wasn't just like, here's a remastered version of a game. There's a bunch of those types of things come out that just come and go and really pay any heed. But this one apparently has a ton of extra stuff. And from the trailers and everything, I mean, the trailers had me laughing. So I figured this would end up having me laughing pretty well. And just this is the third time I've started the game. First time it's like put in your time. I'm like, okay, I put in my time. Didn't say anything. Second time I started up, it's like, okay, put in the time. I put in the time, and it's like, you put in the time accurately. I'm guessing you put in the time accurately or something like that. Go ahead and put in your favorite time next. And so I put in, the actual time, which is 12:50. And it's like, is that your favorite time, or you just can't help yourself from putting in the actual time? And so I'm like, oh, okay. Then it's like, how accurate did you put on there? This little slider. And I'm like, oh, very accurate. And so it's like, it said the next time I start the game is going to be something else that happens. It's stuff like that, this fourth wall breaking that this game has, that I'm super excited to jump into. So we're going to start it right now. The end is never the end is never the end.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
I'm at that just volume. The narrator plays a big part into it, as far as I understand.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
Swap it one more time. There we go.
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
All right. Let me actually make it so I can see the chat. There we go. Game was released on 4/27. You think and that's one of the reasons why I thought this game looked cool. It's like Subliminal was another game I always wanted to play.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I'm gonna slide in this. All right. So I think you would like follow the rules or you don't follow the rules. Depending on what you do, it changes. It has like a weird. What is the one I just did recently? Well, it's based on the Portal universe.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I'm stubborn. I'm not entering the door.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Right? God, the office, the blandness of this office.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Number 1, Dad, what do these things say? All right, interesting. Coffee nut.
Yes, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Oh, it was originated as a Half-Life 2 mod? That's cool. I'm not taking that. No. Like I said, I'm stubborn.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Okay. Interesting. All right. It's a wonder he wasn't fired years ago. Do not jump from cargo lift while in motion. Cause death. What? You get a $5,000 fine for dying. Okay.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for... This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
So wait, this is like, you want me to go through this door? I don't want to go through that. No! There's another door down there. I think I can make that jump. What happens if I die? Is it like a different ending and all that stuff? Does it go in title and total? Okay. Darkness. Oh. Ooh.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Going, Nicole? How's it going, Gregor? Tyler? What do I do? I'm pushing every button, nothing's working. Eh?
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Okay. Oh,
This
wait, no,
is a
no,
very
I would have gone the
sad
other way.
story about
Dang
the
it.
death of a man named Stanley.
What? Morning? There's G on your keyboard. How about if I don't? What if I push E, F, R, and every button other than G? Thing besides G. See if it does anything. Nope. I refuse. I'm stubborn. I want to go back out the door. I didn't mean to come in here. I didn't even think about it. You let me move and I just pushed forward.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Okay. But I don't want to... This is how our life began, right?
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
But I don't want to. Alright.
But in his mind,
See anything.
in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Keep making me do it. To watch TV. There's not even a TV. Oh, there is a TV.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Spend time with the boys. All right.
So he went further. He imagined
oh my God,
that
I
he
literally
came
was
to
stuck in a
two
room.
open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Press C. Okay. I mean, can I do anything else? No? I can crouch. Okay, so there's a crouch ability. No jump, it doesn't let me jump.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Press T to tell your kids a story, alright?
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
You to tell your wife you love her? Okay.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
Oh, it's transforming back into our office.
I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
So if I just don't do anything, is something gonna happen? Is that the whole thing? That the trick? It's just a patience game? Interesting. Interesting. I want to push the button. I want to push the button so bad. At this point, again, it's like I just the part of me is just like I just want to do the opposite of what he's telling me. I'm not pushing a button. I mean, is there like a timer? Do I have to wait for that to go around like a 1 full minute? I didn't even think about it, but the clock on the actual hand on the clock is moving. So if I don't push the button, I'm not gonna push the button for a minute. Fingers on the button, yeah. If nothing happens by the end, I'll push a button. When it gets back to 12, I won't wait more than a minute, just because because of the stream. I felt like this would be great for streaming, but in certain things, I don't know if there's endings that make you wait for like 5-10 minutes. I don't know if I got the patience for that during a stream. It would be more of a video I just cut. All right, no, still have to wait apparently. Pushing the button.
See? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Press T to question nothing.
I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried...
Okay. So I'm assuming we just got one of the endings. Interesting. Are we back at? We're all back at the beginning.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
All right. You remember that ending?
Came to a set of
I'm going to the same direction I did.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley
there was another pathway. I think there may have been two pathways.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Nope. Better idea.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Going
Stanley,
off this way.
I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
Yeah, it asked if I played the game. I told it
you've
no,
been
so I have not.
Stanley. Someone you forgot. Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
I'm going through the blue door. Going the opposite of what you tell me to do.
Perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
No. I
still don't think we're communicating properly.
Oh, now you're forcing
Stanley
me.
walked through the red door.
All right, there's a blue door back here now.
All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map, because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing, because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what, let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
There's a small part of me that just wants to go back in here. Ooh. I want to be super stubborn. Yeah, we'll go in here.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
Okay. I'm assuming like the big choices would be if I chose 1 or 5. Being stubborn. Let's keep going on the stubborn route.
A 1? I mean, I can understand if you had reservations, you saw ways the game could be improved to more fully express itself mechanically and artistically, but a 1? That's not even helpful. What am I supposed to do with that? But I guess it isn't my place to judge. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look. Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
Is this like legit? 21% of the players skipped the intro sequence. 3% chose the blue door. That can't be right. Oh my god. That can't be right. I don't have 7 hours and 37 minutes in this. Yeah, okay. I'm supposed to go back in here again? Oh, it's closed. What have I done? can't jump, get your first achievement. What? But where do I, how do I? Huh? Oh. Game break? Did the game break? Did I just break? How do I break every game I play? I don't understand. Oh. What are the options here? End the game again? I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. I can't jump. Do this. I feel like the door is supposed to be. Let me out of here. Let me out of here. Like how, oh wait. What? Oh, you push both the buttons together and you walk forward. Okay, well, doors colliding weirdly. Oh. Oh, that sucks. I just gotta restart. Oh, lame. Lame.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh, restart. Oh, I should have gone to the menu. Oh, that sucks. It probably would have been. It's
Stanley
not there
came
anymore.
to a set of 2 open doors. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly
Lame.
well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to
Eager back to business. Just
Stanley took
continue
the
to run.
first open door on his left.
No. Gotta go back to this way. See, I feel like there was
Stanley
also
so
another
bad
way
at following
on the
directions,
whole.
it's
If I would have kept
incredible
going
he
like through that
wasn't
door
5
up
years
there,
ago.
instead of walking into the room, I probably
Look,
could have walked
Stanley,
down the
I think
hallway.
perhaps we've gotten off on the
Got
wrong
another way to
foot
go.
here.
But I didn't
I'm
even
not
think
your
about it
enemy,
until I was
really,
like,
I'm
literally
not.
just pushed forward. I
I
was in the room.
realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story
also wanna
has
jump
been
off here.
about nothing but you.
You know what? Screw it.
all
Let's find out.
time. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
So there we go. We got a second ending, right? I'm like, it's in the literally
All of his
like beginning.
co-workers were
Let's just
gone.
find out what happens
What
when I
could it
jump off
mean?
the ledge.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I didn't know if maybe it was like, oh, somehow we land on the ground magically, but no, he
When
just
Stanley
straight up
came
died.
to a set of 2 open
Alright.
doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first, but
Nope.
eager to get
Just
back to
keep
business,
going.
Stanley took the first open door on his left.
This is great. All right.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Okay.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing in your trust in
torn.
someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you.
Because that one's
all this
broken. I think I think I'm gonna go over
There's
here
someone
first.
you've
We're gonna
been
go down the
neglecting,
hallway instead of into the
Stanley.
door and see
Someone
where
you've
that takes us
forgotten
exactly.
about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself.
All
To
right.
put your work aside. To let her back into your life.
Into the darkness.
She's been waiting.
Okay. This time I'm not going in.
That's her,
Fun?
Stanley. You need
Okay. So I'm gonna run down the hallway this time. Go this way.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Nope. I'm going this way.
Sorry, but
Oh.
you're in my story now.
Wait. You're forcing my hand? Oh, I don't want to sit through that again. I'll just restart. I don't want to sit through that again. me in. Let me in. Is it gonna be the same thing?
This is a very sad story about the dead.
All right, yeah, no, we're just gonna begin again. Yep, just gonna restart. I'm not sitting through that. That's a very long. Like, it was cool the first time, but that was a very long thing to sit there through.
Minutes? Days? Centuries? Did something crucial happen while my senses were turned? He made a note to be more careful with time from when Stanley came to a set of two open doors. He entered
you just
the
say something
door
different?
on his left.
I am gonna go this way. That one ending, I just don't want it to like crash on me again. So I'll go back to it at some point. Right now, I'm gonna go this way.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
All right, it's a whole bunch of just insanity. Oh, and changed. Using slides to assure employees that everything is okay. Alright. There's a lot of lines in this game. Yeah. Well, yeah, so far it's like some of it's pretty good. New coffee machine. Alright, what does it say? Termination Tuesdays? Good lord. Is there an eraser? Can I alter? Right. Room closet.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Nope. Now you give me another option to like do the opposite. I'm gonna do the opposite. Something? No? Alright.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, He knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream.
I mean, we were floating.
Did the voice not see him float and make
So
the
you're right,
magical
yeah.
stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just...
Ow, cat.
He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal.
This is just because we went downstairs.
I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
this is all just because we went downstairs.
Stanley began screaming.
Why?
Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice?
Oh, it's getting all red.
Who am I? Who am I?
There was a brake lights for a
Everything
second.
went black.
Ah.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
What? Changing up on us?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day,
we did.
her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Just abandoned him. There's a body here. I don't got time to deal with it. Peace. Alright. Okay, so there's that was going down.
Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself, that's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all.
So yeah, he's saying something. Okay. Circle begins again. Yeah, it kind of has like the whole...
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I'm torn. I kind of want to see that in the end of that one. I just don't know if it's going to break the game again. I'll do it one more time. If it breaks the game one more time,
the
then
correct
we'll
way to the meeting room,
avoid
and
it for
Stanley
now.
knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
And there is a possibility, like, if I go here, is it going to change anything? We're just going to get right back on track to where we were? Or is that actually going to be, like, lead to something different? Looks like possibly going down, whatever.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
What, that's about
Look,
4
Stanley,
endings now?
I think
We got
perhaps
jumping
we've
off
gotten
here.
off on the wrong foot here.
Got going
I'm
up
not your
there.
enemy, really,
I saw somebody
I'm
say
not.
unplug. I just
I
didn't read it
realize that
further than that.
investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story
unplug
has
the
been
phone. I
about
don't even have
nothing
to.
but
It
you
makes enough sense
all
right there,
this
I guess.
time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you forgot. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I
I love
want
the
something
tone of the
bad to
voice
happen to you?
changes, too.
Why, I don't know how to convince you of this,
It's
but
like
I
so
really
upset
do
about
want
that
to
one.
help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me
Oh, and then
prove
here.
that I'm on
What if I
your
go through the red
side.
door, you know?
Give me a chance.
God,
Now
there's so
listen
many
carefully,
possibilities.
This is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Like, Choose Your Own Adventures were books that I
Aha,
read as a kid
perhaps
all
you
the time.
misunderstood.
So, like,
Stanley walked
I love
through
this type
the
of stuff.
red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley? All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to
Alright, we
know
gotta
so
sit through this
badly
a bit
what's
real
out
quick,
there?
and
You
then
want
it
to
goes on.
find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here.
I'll put us
I
up
haven't
there.
even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you?
He's so
Do
angry.
not think I put a lot of time into that, because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing, because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what, let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley.
Yeah,
Take it
door's
for a
open.
spin. Okay, I'm
Right.
going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel
Push
free
number
to
one.
be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. A
Oh,
one?
There we
I
go.
mean, I can
Right.
understand if you
Back
had
on track to where we
reservations,
were.
you saw ways the game could be improved to more fully express itself mechanically and artistically, but a one? That's not even helpful. What am I supposed to do with that? But I guess it isn't my place to judge. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Oh.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
Or yes or no? I don't know. Please don't break on me. No! No, it broke again. What if I crouch? Can I crouch crawl? Yeah, it's like totally glitching here. Oh, that sucks. Go to the menu and come back in, see maybe... Will it put me in the same place, or do we start from scratch?
This is the story.
Okay, well, we're back here. Okay, well, we just won't go
All
that
of his
pathway then.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps
Yeah.
he had simply missed a memo.
We'll just have to avoid that one for now, I guess. I don't know exactly what to do about it.
When
Only thing I
Stanley
think of is
came
quitting
to a
the
set
game
of
and coming
two
back
open
in.
doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yeah, verify files. Honestly, I'll probably end up streaming this again tomorrow. I don't think we're going to get everything.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Verify
Feeling
the files
a wave
tonight.
of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming
time
to
I
a
will.
staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay, well, it's fancy up here. It almost has this like backroom vibe. The way nobody here.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
All right. In we go. Ominous. All right. The ominous elevator. Taking us somewhere.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
All right. That sounded good. They just break?
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Oh, that sounds so good. But look at that escape sign. It seems so nicely drawn. It makes me want to go down there. Oh, God. Split in the road again. I think I'm going to escape. No, I want to know. I want to know. Mind Control Facility. So mysterious, but...
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Sure. Alright. Oop.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
We were 427? Yeah, there's our office right there. Not there. There's nobody there. Oh! I hope that's not how my noise gate's working.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
What's going on there? Alright, let's go on to this platform. Where are we going?
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Probably.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
The big red button. Full disabled? Alright, what does the big red button do? I'm assuming I'm supposed to go back there, right? But the red button. I mean, they're beeping. They're doing something. I don't know. Probably some sort of secret to it. Multiple buttons throughout here? 3. One. 2. Guess maybe I just need to activate them all. Okay. That's 5. Where's 4 hiding? Oh wait, is 4 up there? Game is awesome. Yeah, so far it's been pretty entertaining. Oh, but I can't get up there. Oh, that's probably 4, isn't it? Hey, there'll be something else. I'll go in here first. Or I'm probably gonna get locked in. No, you're not closing the door on me?
when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
So I have the option of on or off. I mean, let's just do off. Everything just stopped. No.
Blackness.
Yeah.
And a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
I don't know, you go so quiet, it actually unnerves me.
He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Can't. Door's not open. Now it's open.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
We got the happy, right? Means everybody's happy. Everybody's all like, yeah. Beat the game achievement. What? Haven't I technically beat the game a couple times now? So if I don't move, is he gonna start yelling at me? That's something I was also wondering. He's like, I mean, he's like, he walked right out the door. So I mean, if I don't actually walk right out the door. Again, it's probably a patience thing, and I'm just
All
not
of his
patient.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
How's it going, Rania? Alright, so...
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
The way there, but I can't get through. The only thing I can think of is maybe just fully restarting the game. But I want to go... I know there's still at least a couple
Yet
of
there was
pathways.
not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase,
down we're completely
Stanley
done.
walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I don't remember the code. 2583.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud
I remember.
to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk,
What's the
pulling
number?
books off the shelf,
Remember.
looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad
He'll
behind the
tell me in a
boss's
second.
desk. What could its purpose be? In fact,
2540.
this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his
What?
feet.
You didn't do it.
And so the boss
do it
had
right.
assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't, yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad.
Everybody remembers the
Stanley
numbers, just not the
happened
right
to
order.
input the
I
correct
remembered a
code
couple
by
of
sheer
them. Not all.
luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Right. This time I'll go with this. Well, I don't know. There was the option to turn the mind control device back on too, but I kind of want to go the escape route. Right? Oh, we're just here. All right, that was faster than I knock something.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read
Escape.
Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, The truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Well, that doesn't sound good. I mean, it's an escape of kinds, right?
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Oh, you can go back up on the elevator? I saw the light was lit up for the up arrow. I thought about it.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
I mean, there's still one more reason to come down here, which is to turn on the mind control. Well, actually, maybe more, because there's... Oh, he was not joking. Wait, what? We're still alive? How are we alive?
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Can't jump. Can't escape. Well, that's not good. Oh?
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
What? Dive.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
What happens if is there a way to not go in there? Sort of like, for like perspective thing? No? I don't know. There's a different narrator now.
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Thing? Corridor? Alright, this is cool. The two open doors, very concrete piece of Stanley's design. Exploration contradiction. Anything with these? Thing? Okay, interesting. Like a whole credits and everything. This is weird. Wait, there's two pathways to go on. Office. Oh my god, freaking landscaping inside the apartments right now. Construction's done, but it's still landscaping day. Or zone. Meaning where Stanley would end up on a battlefield fighting aliens. What? Starting to build this, it was far too jokey on the nose for the tone of the game. Okay. Interesting. This is like a behind the scenes place. That's kind of cool. Narrator emails. What's going on? Early version of the lounge. Wait, what? Why is it counting down? Why are you counting down? 15 seconds to pick up the phone. Okay. This is cool. I like this whole thing. One option, two options. So wait, is this actually telling me like secrets to other endings? Ending model. Right. Activate the levers. Activate. Okay, I'm not exactly sure which direction I came from now. I'm so turned around. Was that the original beginning? Okay, I came from over here. We want to go up here. Stanley's office. Alright. There's a little weird elevator thing I got dropped out of. Oh, I see the exit sign. Oh? Over here, the map room would go. Some weird thing right there. Okay. I see where we are. So we just need to keep going this way. Dude, you keep showing up for a split second and you disappear. What's happening?
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Okay.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me.
Oh.
You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game.
Oh my god.
As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you.
I could do it. I want to try it. What happens now? Something actually happen?
This is the story of a man.
There's got to be something, right? No? Is there not something? Interesting.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Oh, I'm sad. I was
he'll
hoping that
simply
was going to
miss
be
the memo.
something. Only other option is we were going to get squished, so.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
Okay.
he entered the door on his left.
Yeah. Oh, God. So there's still, like, what, 2 more options on that thing? Oh, I'm so upset.
Yet there was not
hoping
a
that was gonna be
single
something.
person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Hoping him coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I'm trying to remember the code and I've already forgotten the freaking code.
The moment he entered his manager's office, Stanley froze in his tracks. Not a living soul anywhere. Could he really be all alone?
No, I typed it
This
wrong.
was too much for Stanley to take. Too much for any man to take. He fell to his knees, bursting into half moans,
Okay.
half sobs, the guttural retching of life from a man did not. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible.
That's different
he didn't
too.
even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy. So he relaxed for a few moments with some calming new age music.
Really? Really? So actually typing in really fast actually changes things too? That's cool. Don't do that! Better not be copyrighted! Copyright me! Stop it!
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Alright. How's it going, Holy Stromboli? Alright, I'm gonna go back up because I wanna see what happens. It looked like it lit up again.
Whoops. Nope. Never mind. Stanley actually got back into the elevator and went back up. Silly me. Why did Stanley do that when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's office? Well, that's a great question. I just can't wait to find out.
Alright. I mean, actually, is anything gonna change up here? Or is it still exactly the same thing? Go into the broom closet?
Here we are, Stanley. It's your boss's office. Exactly the way it was before you got onto the elevator. It's still just exactly what it is. What a decision you've made to come up here and look at the office again. This has fleshed out the plot of the story in new and fascinating ways I could have never anticipated. It's
The
that
bitterness.
keen eye for storytelling
Oh,
that
it's
you
great.
have. An incisive rapid fire of critical plot points, one after the other, weaving a rich tapestry of uncompromising narrative. Wow. I'm bolted to the edge of my seat.
Alright, so it doesn't actually lead anywhere.
Incredible.
It's just great.
Now he's getting back into the elevator and going down again. Ladies and gentlemen, how does he keep coming up with all of this?
I think that's what's so great about it. It's just the narrator does such a great job of, like, basically making it, you know, just
Surely this
the
time
emotions.
Stanley will walk forward into the spooky corridor, won't he?
You can keep doing it and he'll lose his, like, will he lose his mind? I'll do it a couple more times. I don't care. It's hilarious
Did
in
you
his
think
reactions.
we were going to go forward down the spooky corridor? No. It's time once again to go back up in the elevator. I can't even begin to grapple with what might be up there. Is it the boss's office again? Or what if it's the boss's office this time? The suspense is killing me.
Oh god, like his reaction is so great. I'm just like, man, the voice actor did such a phenomenal job on this game. Up in the office again. Nothing? Not saying anything this time?
Oh my god. It's the boss's office. This absolutely changes everything for me. Give me a time out here for a minute while I process this.
What? What? All right. I have no control.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm prepared to embrace this stunning revelation and to move forward with... No, wait. No, I need more time
I
to
wonder what
process.
happened if you put it backwards. Oh my god. Debbie Underwood. Well, welcome to the... Well, thank you for becoming a member. Thank you very much. Very grateful. I love this. This is so good.
All right. I have fully come to terms with it. I have made space in my worldview for this astonishing new reality. As before, I turn to your expert eye for gripping narrative, Master Stanley.
Alright. Oh, this is amazing. Yeah, just...
Of course. Going back down in the elevator. How did I not anticipate it? I mean, sure, now it's obvious, but you have to understand that 30 seconds ago, this kind of thing had never been attempted before. I had no frame of reference to even anticipate it. That's just how revelatory Stanley's decision-making is. A breath of fresh air in a landscape of storytelling that has grown stale and repetitive.
Oh, this is amazing. So passive aggressive, yeah. Yeah, I've never played this before. The original came out a while back, and I was just, I think I want to say I think I've seen part of it before in the past, but I don't remember any of it. Is that the last of your little? That may have been the last of his things. Okay, is he not upset anymore? Have I broken the narrator? Nope.
You know what? I've just thought of something. Hold on, let's stop for a moment. Don't you realize? It's the anticipation, Stanley. You and I, we have no way of knowing what will be at the top of this elevator. But the suspense, the agony of waiting and anticipating and having to guess, that's the real thrill. Oh, I simply don't want to let that feeling go. It's so precious, so fleeting. Why don't we take this elevator ride nice and slow? There we go. Isn't this so much more exciting? You know, Stanley, it seems like nowadays the only thing that audiences want is to be shocked as loudly and frequently as possible. They want big, explosive moments flung right in their faces from the very moment that things get started. But where's the tension? Where's the trust in the audience to build a slow and nuanced appreciation for the story, the characters? Why aren't we given time to imagine the surprises? To have to think and to anticipate and then to marvel at the eventual reveal. This is storytelling, Stanley. What you and I are doing right now. This is the most exciting narrative to be developed in years, and it's really all because of you. You're the one who took this bold step of revisiting the exact same locations over and over. Truly, I mean it. This is unique and different. It's not like anything else out there. You see, I want stories that surprise me, Stanley. I want to have to think. I want to be engaged and not pandered to. We're being fed such unimaginative drivel all the time, and we all know it, which is why we're so starved for content that makes us feel sharp and vital and alive. That's why people like you so much, Stanley, because you're not afraid to spit in the face of tradition. You're a role model, you know? People look up to you. Which is why, though I didn't know when to spring this on you, but, well, I've gathered a little press conference for you, so that you can talk about your work and your storytelling and your life. Yes, I know you're not much for the public eye, but I thought it would especially mean a lot to the people who have been following you from the beginning. They really look up to you, Stanley. I don't know if you realize the impact you have on them. This is the kind of gesture that might leave a tremendous impact on them for the better. Oh, good, we're here.
Oh, something new. All right.
Okay, the room where we're holding the press conference should be just around the corner here somewhere.
All right. Guy who went to Mars. Yeah, this completely is different than what I was expecting. Oh, this is one of the new ones?
Yes,
in the
here
new
it is, just
part?
through this door.
For sentient machine. What's it say? All right, conversation
Right.
with Alexander
Are
the
you
Great.
ready? I've told them you're going to speak a little bit about the nature of surprise in storytelling and what it means to craft a truly unpredictable narrative. Oh, don't worry. You'll do great. Just be yourself and speak from the heart. I'm really proud of you, Stanley. Okay, it looks like they're ready for you. Go get them.
Okay. I guess we just keep going up. Doing, cat? You doing? You're being suspicious. I don't trust you right now. Whoa. A bunch of insanity. Hello. Words and stuff. Right? Was that the end? I guess so. So peaceful. So much talking, and then you just sit
All
there.
of his
Just doesn't say
co-workers
anything.
were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Ooh, there's the thing.
Oh, new content?
No, I was trying
What
to
does
sneak
that
past
mean,
it.
new content?
All right. I'm assuming this is some of the stuff that then was added with the whole new part, the Ultimate Edition or whatever. It's all quiet.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers.
Isn't that Five Nights
After
Boys?
receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers.
Okay, this
The
is weird.
Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
I mean, there's still
this sounds
endings on the other
delightful.
bit.
I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Okay. Can I hop back on? No. Maybe I could screw with him again.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the
Back
beginning
on
of
an
a
elevator.
mesmerizing adventure.
How's it going, Stacy?
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
I feel like this is building up so much that it's gonna be like intentionally. Just feel like it's gonna be a box.
Initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if them... Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
Oh yeah. So wait, I didn't even think about that. Is it? It's the same voice actor since like the one they had the original one.
All right. Let's see. It's the jump circle.
Oh, okay. Jump, jump, jump. Running to jump. Jumps remaining. Oh, it's just gonna not let me jump anymore after this. Get it out of your system. Here you go. Jumps. Oh.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right? Goodness. Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh wait, there's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is. That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
Oh, okay. I was like, is it gonna make me restart it? Well, it still looks different. That's different outside. Much different outside.
Psst! Stanley! Come over here! In the vent! I want to show you something!
I'm gonna go up here. Wait, does this just take us back out there?
Oh, you don't want to see the cool surprise I made for you? Well, fine. You're a dork anyway, so who cares?
Oh my god, I love it.
Oh, never mind. You're not a dork.
Now I want to go back through again. Oh, that was great. That was great. Alright, let's go in. It does look like that just takes us back to the hallway. Oh, that was amazing.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past, and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look.
Oh, vibe right here changes. I dig it. Oh.
I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
All right.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the memory zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013, when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
What's this? Yeah. All right. Wait, so wait. What? The actual, like, box of it? Stanley Parable demonstration. Yeah, Superliminal is another game I've always wanted to play that I just never have. That'll look cool. Like liminal space, liminal stuff like that. Just it's enjoyable to like experience. Memory liver. What is it? Oh, a hamster.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
This memory zone maintenance. I'm not gonna mess with anything. Right? End is never the end.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games, and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
Are you open up here? Oh, are we going downstairs now?
These were
I'm looking around because I
times,
wondered if the
Stanley,
little secrets or something they're
but I
gonna
wouldn't give
show
to
to
go
other
back,
endings.
to have it all over again.
Oh, sorry.
Wait, hang on.
That whole inhale thing wrong.
I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh no. Oh God,
Steam
no.
reviews.
Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Yeah, voice actor this needs it. Yeah, do more stuff.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
I feel like this is also like just a play on like existence right here. Like you got this thumbs up. It's all blurry because you don't remember it. Then you got the like one negative comment. Like it took me a long time on YouTube to like look past that crap. I bet that's probably gonna be tucked everywhere, isn't it? It's in this area. It's just this vibe I get from this place. I don't know. Maybe not. I only see that one. Yeah. See, I know. There's another one that's all blurry. But yep, here you go. Blurry,
okay,
blurry.
Let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I?
Well, there's a
You can tell
negative
me
one.
if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't. Dear, what an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
Another one.
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
All right.
And here it is.
This
Go
whole
ahead
area
and
is
give it a shot.
crazy.
I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people, and if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue, and it goes something like this. The story, and the choices, or what have you, and therefore...
So I was supposed to push it.
Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, you need a description of it, but if I had to describe it, I'd say it
Am I
was
supposed to
perhaps...
keep clicking? You want me to keep clicking?
Well, there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips
okay,
to go,
because it keeps popping back
it's all
out.
over. Oh, I can't wait to see what Cookie 9... Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? It's not unendurable by any means, but it's, well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any rate, I do suggest that we not press the button again. I think the skip button has been aptly demonstrated, and we can say goodbye to it and just... Wait, how do we get out of here? Where
That's
did
what I
the
was
door
thinking.
go? Wasn't there a door that led into this room? I do feel quite certain that there was one here before. How else would we have gotten into the room in the first place? I don't think one can enter a room without a door of some sort, or a window, or something like that. Do you see a window anywhere? A porthole? A sufficiently large crack in the wall? I'll take any of these. All I want is for us to move on and to please step away from the skip button, to go anywhere other than the skip button. There was a door here before, wasn't there? I swear there was.
Okay, I'm gonna hit the skip button.
Can you maybe...
I didn't know, maybe there was another way.
Stanley, please don't push the button
Time
again.
is changing.
It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone. I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times, and there's no door, Stanley. There's no door. There's just you and the button, and if you keep pressing it, I have no idea what will happen. I have no... Oh, Stanley, you're back.
I'm just
You're
gonna keep
back.
pressing it then.
Oh,
Well,
my
I want...
goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley,
Oh, it's tree.
It's been a week. What, 2 weeks? I've been sitting here all that time, just sitting here, not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking, and you saying, "Oh, hello, it's you. You're here again. Welcome." I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time, I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is...
I don't know, there's something just so humorous about punishing it, like, right at that moment. There's only regret. And then just, oh, now there's nothing. Is that the button coming out, or was that like a big sigh? I almost feel like there was a sigh. That's freaking out. Fox falling down. Awful. Where's that button?
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, "Entertain us." It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic...
He's lost his mind. I like how all that time has passed and he's just thinking about that the negative reviews. Boy, dude.
The end is never the end, is never the end, is never
and now he's just completely insane.
Never the end, is never the end, is never
the
end, is never the end.
Yeah, he's completely insane now.
The end is...
Water's starting to drip over there. How much time has passed then if it just keeps getting bigger and bigger? Sounds like the ocean. Wait, we were by the ocean before. There's a hole in the ceiling? Or well, there was a hole there before, but it wasn't so, like, bright, I would say. Boy, doop. We're growing a forest in here now. Good God. That really does have the whole Portal vibe to it. Well, that's not good. This darkness, is it sealed in? Like, what's happening now? Hello? Like, what would it be, like, tens of thousands of years at least right now it's skipping through? Oh, the button's broken. Everything's slanted, though. Oh, we have a way out. Well, that's not good. That's less than ideal. Alright. We're just wandering out into the waste. I'm assuming this is the actual end of this one. This one's weird. We're apparently just in there, like, frozen in time through the apocalypse. Are you gonna end? Really far away now. Okay. That was weird. This game is so crazy.
Already this was uncomfortable, and Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would never leave it again in his life.
What? Alright, that's a new one. Just want to kind of look around and see if there's other parts. I mean, how many endings have we got? Oh, new content.
Oh, good. You noticed my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Better than last time? Wait, he wasn't the one that... Oh, yeah, that's right. He was excited to see what it was, too. Oh, I don't... think this is gonna have to be the last ending. I think I'm having enough time for another one after this. Maybe? I don't know.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
The end is never the end again.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
All right. Interesting.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential. Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical,
I feel like
really.
voice got all fuzzy right there. It's weird. Yeah. No, I feel like you got really quiet.
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Try out some what? Screenshots. What is the new orange? All right. We have jump circle. The infinite. What did it say? The infinite hole. Free easy new easy achievement. Interesting. There's so much here. My God.
Now here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes, you see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that. Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
There's something I can manipulate on it? No? Oh. It's so evil. Oh, that's great. Like, oh yeah, here you go, you can get it. No. Right?
What else? What other exhibits have
Oh,
we
the jump
seen
circle's
yet?
right. I'm all out of jumps. I can't jump anymore.
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's a... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle. Oh well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece then.
Alright. Put in holes up here. Settings world champion. I want in this one. You lied to me with stuff. Oh no, the infinite holes over there. Okay. Epilogue.
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
Okay. Got merch. Reassurance bucket. Ooh, that's a mine. That's true.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I am happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket,
there's
the many
bucket.
disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution.
It's a bucket.
Give it a try.
What?
Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping
What
through your
is
body.
happening right
And
now?
in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well?
In the bucket.
I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
This is so weird. I don't understand what's going on. Why? Alright, I have a bucket now. Why do I have a bucket? I don't know. Why do I need a bucket? I don't know. But I have a bucket now.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it is. Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
What? I don't know.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Happy 12th birthday, step-niece, it is.
Alright, well, whatever. Oh my god, freaking. Oh!
Or actually...
Leaf blowers right outside my window.
No, I've made my decision, we're moving on.
Close the window. I didn't even hear what he said because the freaking leaf blowers. Streaming for almost 30 minutes and I don't understand anything. This game is so weird. I love it. It's so strange. Whoa. He looks so sad. This is the infinite hole? This is much bigger of an area than I expected it. Okay. No whole chart? What? Just keeps going. What is happening?
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium. You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
What happens if I don't? What's the difference between this and the original? I actually don't know.
I don't mean to be
I never
a
played the
bummer,
original.
but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
Nope, I'm comfortable with my bucket. Yeah, I never played the original, so this one's all new to me.
Okay, Stanley. I don't know quite how
I think
to
we're
say
about
this
halfway
tactfully,
endings
but
on
it's
endings.
possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? If that works for you...
I was just going to sit here and wait till he stopped talking, but then we actually found a bottom.
Warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
If I don't do it, is he gonna yell at me now because I'm not doing anything? Like, I was just gonna keep falling, and I figured at some point he would just stop talking, or it'd be like 5 solid minutes. I'm like, all right, now I think we're good. But I didn't expect to actually hit the bottom of the thing. I didn't think there was gonna be a bottom. Every pause button is a Roman numeral too. You know what? That's true. No, there's just like this weird... We're in like this weird part that's talking about having a sequel. We have a bucket. He gave us a bucket. It's a reassurance bucket. I don't know why. Oh my god, I just realized it's like just the lyrics to a song. Alright. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna say anything to me.
Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more...
I really want to jump in it a second time. I really want to jump in it a second time. Should I jump in it a second time? I kind of think I should. Kind of feels like he's gonna lose his mind. It's always fun to drive the narrator nuts. Yeah, I'm gonna jump in.
Oh, for heaven... You see, I was right. The problem is you.
Yeah, I knew he was
the
gonna go
problem
nuts.
is that you like holes too much. Not normal. A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time? I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly,
Ow.
I didn't make an
Smacked my ankle.
infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above. Had enough? I'm positively thrilled. Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow. Okay. Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability and marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter. Well, there it is. The shame of my lie has come to haunt me. How is this still appealing to you?
Yes.
I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on. Is the, teleport button not working? You sure?
No, it's not.
Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. It was working just a moment ago. Try it again.
Nope.
Still nothing? Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley. You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone. You get to be with the hole, I get to do literally anything else. Take care, Stanley. I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity together.
Are you coming back? You're not just screwing with me? Aren't you just screwing with me? Is this the end? Did I just find another ending? Oh my god, I think you left me. I have my bucket for reassurance. Oh. The hole's moving. No, I think there's no jump button. It's like right there too. You can just like climb right over it. That was amazing. Oh, that was so amazing. I don't know. The narrator must have spent forever in recording. You have to change your perspective. It's so fun to drive the friggin' narrator nuts. What? What is happening? I don't even know what's going on. I'm just pushing buttons. G doesn't even do anything. H to hide your reality. Whoa. Whoa! That what they meant? Well, this is so strange. Oh my god! Whoa. I don't know why I found this so entertaining, but I really do. This is so weird. Kiva, Kiva, Kiva. Good God, cat.
Stanley? 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 Oh, good, you're awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland. But we can't have that, Stanley, because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single moment. So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole? From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole, and I'm looking forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodlepip.
What? What? Wait a second. Yeah, that was just like basically just a complete and utter mind trip right there. That was nuts. I do wish I don't know. Oh, that's not the ending? Oh. Okay.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
Wait. I'm confused. Alright, everything's fine. What else is there? The button that says the name of the player that's playing the game. We have a reassurance bucket. No, apparently that wasn't an ending. I don't even know. I don't even know what that was. That was insane. It reset everything as collectibles. There's something over there. Let's go over here. This is like the first thing in here, and I just completely passed it up.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
That's creepy.
Jim.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim.
Jim.
Whoa, hold on. I wasn't finished setting up the backstory. If you don't properly roleplay as Jim, then you'll never understand the impact of this button. Otherwise, it's just a stupid button that says somebody else's name. Okay, we're doing it again, and this time let me finish first. Now, allow yourself to become Jim.
Jim.
All right, fine, whatever. It's just a meaningless button that says Jim. Are you happy now? Get out of here. I'm done with this button. Why don't you go humiliate me in front of a different feature that I worked very hard on?
All right. Door open back up down there? What if can I push it again?
Jim.
See, if you'd only played along, that would have been your name the button says, but no. Instead, I can't even think about it. I'm taking the Jim button away.
No.
Jim.
Nothing? You have nothing to say about it? Oh, I thought he'd say something about it because I did it a bunch. Wait. Go down there. Is the door open? Can I go push the button some more? Yeah, they have to basically. It's like there's a thing to everything. Like there's an interaction. There's a. It's like
maybe I'll only let people named Jim play the Stanley Parable too. They would appreciate what I've created here.
So we did everything over here, right? Mostly infinite hole, yeah. So that's all the stuff on that side. What's this? Oh, it's a jump circle. I used all my jumps. Wait, what? Exit? I don't want to go to the exit yet. The collectibles. Whoa.
Collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
That is unsettling. That is super creepy. 0 out of 6. 1 out of 6. Alright. Wait. Oh, it's gone forever.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Alright. Game right now, but I had to... this is just another one of the innings, technically. It's supposed to be 40 total.
Right.
I think we've probably gotten somewhere between 15 to 20.
Now?
I don't know, maybe even 15 to 20 is like more than I think we have. I don't know. I don't know exactly what the endings are. I know there's one that's broken that I'll have to do tomorrow.
What do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay, are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2. I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on, let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2.
What is happening?
Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up.
I'm gonna stream. I'll probably gonna stream
Go
it
ahead.
at the end of
Take
this
a look.
this ending. What's happening? Is it actually what's happening?
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
Gonna change?
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of.
Okay, so that seems the same. So basically, we're just. Oh no, it did do things.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Because those are up there
Stanley
now.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
So wait, was that the end though? Is the bucket?
Stanley picked up the bucket.
Oh man, I don't have enough time. Is he gonna put us back here? Please tell me it's not gonna make me redo all of that to get back here, right? Which menu? Okay, so no. So we're gonna stay here. I'm even gonna do this. I'm gonna quit to the desktop and come back in. I want to see. Because if that's the case, then well, I mean, I guess at this point I'm already screwed. I'll have to do it all over again, anyways. But I'm pretty much out of time for today. I'm gonna stream this again tomorrow. Tomorrow's normal stream day, but I just kind of wanted to just play this today, and now I figured I'll do it tomorrow too. Is it starting? What's happening? No. Apparently, it just had an update too. There we go. Maybe maybe it'll fix the one error that I end up having. Yeah, it's gonna probably ask me different things this time too. Yeah, please adjust the slider until the computer is barely visible. That's a new one. I didn't show up before. It's just slide into the dog and the cats are friends. What? What got me? This is starting the game. So you stop adjusting the slider. Alright. The two made-up words below is most appealing to you. What? I don't... Okay? I don't know. Please don't adjust the slider. I can't help it. You know what time it is right now? The time that is right now... What? Is the time that it is right now the correct time? What? Yes? What is time anyways? Yes? What is happening? Oh my god. I was gonna start the stream tomorrow too from this menu because of this. Because of exactly I didn't know it was gonna be quite to this degree. Is there anything about yourself that you haven't told me? Yes. Help. No, I'm good. You come back to visit? Yeah. Back tomorrow. Sweet, so we're still here. Awesome. Alright. All right, so tomorrow I'll pick this back up again, and we'll in fact it'll probably even have new things starting when I start the game. But I'm gonna stream again tomorrow at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and if we can't finish it all tomorrow, then we'll finish it on Thursday. But yeah, this game is as awesome as I was hoping it would be. So thank you all for joining the stream. I think we may get to a point tomorrow where I'm like, okay, I'm probably gonna watch the stream back to see exactly, just at least skip to the endings to see how many endings there I got total. That way I can figure out like a number of, there's 40 endings total, like how many do we have left to do, and so we can try to start getting some of the other ones. But yeah, thank you all for joining, and how's it going, Pony? Just right at the end. And yeah, I guess bye for now. If I can hit the button, it's not letting me stop recording. Okay, there we go.